Now at 5, frightening moments. A triple-decker porch collapses, sending 3 workers to the hospital. We've learned the men were working on the porch when it collapsed. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pleiners live in New Bedford from the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom with the latest.
Shannon, good evening. Well, things look a whole lot better right now. The front yard's all been cleaned up. There was a mess there earlier. The 2 original construction goals were to take these porches down and then to put windows where those porches had been. After that first phase was complete, of course, it went terribly wrong.
It was really loud.
A third-level porch rips away from a New Bedford triple-decker Wednesday, smashing through the ones underneath.
There was some workers working on an exterior porch. They were on the 3rd floor level.
Apparently sawing a beam. The building on the market with a realty sign out front. District Fire Chief James Clark and his crews were training at a vacant school right across the street from Phillips Avenue.
All of a sudden, we heard the collapse and the crash. We turned around and we saw 3 individuals. It was almost like it was in slow motion. It's just the whole thing came down.
Firefighters naturally conditioned to jump into action.
We just dropped everything. We ran over there, and we were surprised to find that the 3 individuals were able to get themselves out.
Police say 2 of the workers went to Rhode Island Hospital with neck and back injuries. Clark admits he is amazed all this unfolded steps away from those trained in first aid.
Right place at the right time, you know, really says it all, quite honestly.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, new at 6, we talked to a gentleman who lives on the very top level, the 3rd floor. He tells us about what it was like to hear that all come crashing down. We'll see you at 6 o'clock. Live in New Bedford at this hour with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom. I'm Jared Pleiners, Eyewitness News.
Now, porch collapse. We're working the latest developments on a story that was first breaking on Eyewitness News at noon. A 3rd-story deck crashed to the ground with 3 construction workers on it. New at 6, we're talking to a man who was inside the house when it happened. From the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom, Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pleiners is live in New Bedford.
Shannon, you might be able to see over my shoulder a trailer containing all of that debris. But as you mentioned, one moment, 3 men, 42, 39, and 34 at work. The next moment, in a pile of wood on the ground. New Bedford officials tell Eyewitness News the owner of 234 Phillips Avenue had a proper permit to work on these porches before they came crashing down, injuring 3 workers Wednesday. They were on the top level. John Machado lives on that 3rd floor.
I heard a lot of noise and kind of shook the house a little bit.
Firefighters who happened to be training right across the street saw and heard the collapse and rushed in. Machado watched as they tended to 1 victim.
He had a thing across his head. He said that his back was hurt and stuff like that. The guy over here, I didn't see too much of him. They kind of crowded him. I think he was more hurt than the other 2.
Police say 2 went to Rhode Island Hospital with neck and back injuries. The project was all about removal. The porch is unsafe, access blocked off for years.
I believe that they were supposed to be taking down the porches and redoing, I think, the vinyl siding and all that stuff. We weren't allowed to use them because they were kind of detaching, so my landlord has locks on them.
OSHA is investigating tonight, and in addition to that valid permit, city officials tell us no previous building code violations. Live in New Bedford with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom tonight, I'm Jared Pleiners, Eyewitness News.